Hey, Aubrey.
Yeah? Hey, what?
Hey, Aubrey.
Yes?
Are you ready
To what?
to wiggle?
Hey,
We've
can't-
got our hands
can't we
up
just do the
high, our
podcast
feet
instead?
down low. That's
No?
the way we wiggle.
Okay.
We wiggle.
Okay.
Wiggle. Wiggle.
Oh, so we're doing this twice. This is fun.
Woo!
It's the Friday Night Lights episode of Okay, So Hear Me Out. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Okay, So Hear Me Out. I'm Aubrey Massey.
And I'm Hannah LaFleur.
Okay, So Hear Me Out is an imagination exploratorium where the two of us choose a topic and then we take our creative brains and we use them to sculpt the idea like a clay model into a beautiful sculpture.
A fondant,
It's
icing,
yes.
beautiful thing,
We've-
Play-Doh. I'm sorry.
You can't choose the material. You can very much what material. This is Play-Doh. You're right though. This is some Play-Doh shit.
Okay.
And
Play-Doh shit.
And we take the Play-Doh and we turn it into something that would be at least on par with the kindergartner. And this,
We don't necessarily make things better, but we make them different.
but we certainly say words into a microphone and pretend like we know what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we're here to do today. So this episode, if you couldn't guess from the terrible introduction, is about Friday night football games.
Specifically, so like, let's make sure we emphasize. We're talking about like high school football
We're
games.
talking about Texas high school football games.
And now it doesn't have to be Texas,
But it's more than likely just Texas.
because Texas is ridiculous
Because
with their football.
They care more about football than they care about education.
Now, coming from Louisiana, the schools are underfunded.
And
So-
also underwater because they're in swamps.
Yes, and so football isn't as great of a spectacle, but it really is when you consider everything. I came out of the same kind of, I guess, environment football wise. Lots of crazy high school football fans.
But what's important is that I love Texas high school football so much, Hannah. I love it.
Do you?
I love it so much.
Have you been to every game since you've been a teacher here?
I've been to every game of Texas high school football since its invention by Dallas HR Texas football in 1862.
Wow. By Mr. Football himself as coach?
I am one of those people.
Yes.
If you go to those old pictures where the only two teams that they had in the league back then, faced off against each other, if you zoom in, you can find me in the background, and it looks like I haven't aged.
It's like those black and white photos where the football uniforms were more like
Yes,
little tiny padded
those
soft
were
things.
those were better days. This generation is so soft with their many
They-
pads.
They put bread on their ears instead of actual helmets. Okay, that's a beautiful thought though. So I also do want to make sure our listeners know that since we're both band directors, we have to go to football games. It is a requirement.
It's
So
a
we do-
privilege, honestly.
Okay,
I love
sure.
Texas football
It's an
so much.
honor.
It's an honor.
And so
I get
we
into
get
games for free now.
we do a lot of thinking and just
I
observing.
do a lot of watching because I only care about the ball of the foot. That's all I care about. That's all I care. I love the touchdowns. I love the not touchdowns, the
first
field
downs?
goals,
Are you talking
the
about
first downs.
What about the second downs?
They're secondly important. Third downs are actually on the top of the list. Third downs are great. Fourth downs can also be exciting. And, of course, the sixth down. That's a really good one. I do like I like sixth downs.
I like the big downs.
The big downs.
More than the small downs.
Yeah. They're bigger. They're better. They're larger in life. And everything's bigger in Texas.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy is the big downs in other states are way smaller than the small downs in this state. It's crazy. Also, touch-ups. You know, when the football players, they're looking a little bit rough and they got to go to the sideline, they get themselves a touch-up. That's really good for them. Yeah. And then they go out and they get the touchdowns.
Oh, the pats. So I see this happen
the
a lot.
ass pats.
Yeah, so when a football player is feeling less important, they go to get a pat. That's where they walk over to the sideline and everyone gives them a little pat.
That's why I've been talking a touch-up.
Oh.
That's what a touch-up is.
So I thought you were talking about their mascara.
No.
Okay, so then what is the makeup applying called?
A football facial.
Beautiful.
So those are all our favorite things about Texas high school football on Friday nights, those good games. But we already know football's perfect as is. We love the football, the sport. We've already talked about the sport with Adam, and Adam really liked the sport. We fixed that sport. We're not talking about talking about the sport anymore.
Yeah.
That's off the table. We can't talk about the sport. It's God's greatest gift to man, and that's why I became a band director and not a football coach. Anyways, so we're here today to talk about the rest of it.
The culture.
Outside the field.
The ecosystem that is the football field stadium.
Right, and it really is an ecosystem. Everybody knows that the football team can't win without the cheerleaders or the fans or...
The mitochondria are the powerhouses of the team. That's the guy on every team that's named Hunter. Whoever's named Hunter... Every football team has a Hunter on it. Hunter is a powerhouse of that team. That is a fact. Y'all can quote me in a book on that.
So we're talking about the fans, the cheerleaders, the dance team, the hunters, the band, the people that run the flags around, the little kids that pick up the balls when they don't want to anymore. And then the mascot. The mascot's a thing. And what else? The big blow-up-y things that people run through.
Yeah.
All that. The announcers. The referees. That's what we're talking about today. This is our subject matter.
So I'm going to start us off with a good idea. So when I think about high school football, what I start to think about usually is crazy parents. There's some really... parents who get way more into the games than they should, considering... it's not going to matter a week after they happen. Like, I mean, they don't really matter an hour after they happen to me, but, I'll give those parents a week. But anyway, so there's some crazy parents, specifically dads, who just start to yell.
It's sexist.
I mean, it's not sexist.
I know
There's
it's
just
not
a lot
sexist.
of dads who do that. I think, you know how, like, churches have that room for babies crying?
That's where we should put...
Yeah, we should have a room like that for dads. So there's a little glass room.
You're saying that you want there to be a penalty box for angry fathers.
But you don't call it penalty box. You put toys in there. You put a TV that has 2 channels on it.
It's a soft room.
Well, we'll put Fox in there for them. Fox and I'm talking about TV channels. We'll put Fox and National Geographic. They have every option they could ever want and dad viewing pleasures. So it's a little glass box located kind of like maybe in the end zone, and you can't hear anything they're saying, but you do get to watch them still. So that's fun. What do you think about that?
I do like it. It does go against the idea that I was going to pitch 100%, but I think I can include it in there. I like we're teaching people to be better sports in the game because everybody knows that football breeds a culture in which all of those boys out on the field become upstanding individuals and never do anything wrong, and there's never been a football related scandal in the history of football since it was invented by Dallas HR Texas football back in 1862.
Well, I mean, of course, because they're gods.
Right.
Each and one of those boys.
And we just teach them to be perfect gentlemen. And so clearly their fathers are perfect gentlemen, but sometimes they screw up because, we're humans. We're all humans.
They let out an oh dang it.
So they do that, and we say, hey man, you got to go to the no swearing room, and then you take him to the little glass box next to the end zone, and then he sits there, and everybody goes, I need to be polite and respectful of these upstanding young gentlemen who are attacking each other viciously and then going over to the sideline to drink water and get a nice little touch-up / ass pat. And then we teach them to be good. So can I segue into my idea? Okay, good. I think that to improve the full situation, what we need to do is not only have a scoreboard for the football team in their scoring endeavors, but I think that every other organization, including the fans, need to be included in the winning process, and they get their own scoreboard. So there's a band off. The band has to play better than the other band, and then some judges go, yes, this band wins, and then they get a point, but it's like 1 point, right? And then the dance team have a dance off, and then they can get 1 point for their team. And then the fans can have a fan off, which means cheering on their team without being disrespectful to each other. And that's why we have the box in there, is to put those people in there. If you get someone in a box, you lose half a point or something like that, right? The fans, I think, can get 2 points because that's a large fan base. And then, I don't know, the cheerleaders can have a cheer off, the mascots can have a mascot off.
Okay, but what if the dads have a dad off?
Like, who's
Picture
the most
this.
dad?
Yeah, who's the most dad? You put 2 dads on the field, and then judges hold up numbers to say they don't even do anything. They don't do anything. They just stand there, and we observe them from afar.
Good. We have a dad off. That's 1 point.
They
right?
can use props.
And then by the end of it, that's a whole touchdown worth of points that you can get for your team, or at least a field goal. And then that can determine the outcome of the game because you, the fan, are part of it.
Right.
And the other things. Especially because I say this, it's a little not self-serving. It's a little bit biased. I have a secret agenda. That's not going to be secret anymore because I'm saying it now. But band directing. We're like, we need more funding for all this other stuff, right? But the school district's always thinking, the football team brings in the most money, so we need to invest most of our time and money already into the football team, and then therefore we will get paid back tenfold when they're super duper successful. But that means that other places don't get what they need all the time. And so if the band gets to contribute at least 1 point to every football game, that can be the determining factor of who wins and who loses, then the band would get more money.
And what if in the band world, there's a lot of stand tunes that are shared. A lot of bands play the same stand tune. So can you imagine competing with the other team on "Hey Baby"? We'll have a "Hey Baby" off, or
a baby off. Who has the best baby on their team?
Oh well, our percussion director has a baby.
Yeah, Willow.
We could come. Win. Yeah, Willow would definitely win a point for us. Cutest babies on each team.
Well, do you like that idea? That we get everybody involved? Good.
I do. So, speaking of all the other the teams that are represented besides the football team, so we have the cheerleaders, the dance team, we have the band, and the flag peoples. So, one thing that frustrates me is how kind of sexualized the cheerleaders and dance teams can sometimes be. And some schools do a better job of it than others. like there's
Of sexing up their
no.
young women?
I guess I meant
That's weird.
No,
Hannah.
I meant they do a better job of not sexing up their young women.
Backward statement.
Well, like sometimes the dance team seems like they are actually showcasing talent, and sometimes it seems like they're just there to look pretty and say yay.
Do you want them to wear long dresses and bonnets?
No, that is not what I want them to wear.
Are we getting ourselves into a Handmaid's Tale situation?
I wish that they could look cool.
Under his eye?
No, I want them to look... I wish they weren't sexed up for old men's pleasures. Like with their...
Oh, so we should sex them up for some other people's
pleasures.
Like,
no, let them wear cute things, not little cowgirl outfits with gaudy earrings and bright red lipstick. And then along those lines, I wish, as a female who was involved with band all her life, that the girls in the band could wear their hair down so they didn't, there's an idea that everyone in the band has to wear a uniform to look the same. But unfortunately, that same is let's all look like tall, skinny boys. And I mean, why not just let us wear our hair down under our shakos? God forbid they know that we're a girl.
This is very niche. I mean, I agree.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's pretty specific now.
Yeah.
Hey, all you female band people out there. Just know that we support you putting your hair down underneath your shako, which is already an incredibly attractive hat. And nobody has ever not gotten laid when they've worn a shako in public.
Okay, so hear me out. So we take some of the
sexiness.
The imposed on them sexiness from the cheerleaders and dance team. Like, sure, they can. I'm not saying they can't be attractive.
Are you trying to say we take that sexualization, we put it on the band members?
We give some more of it to the band members so that you could say, man, she really looks good in her band uniform. You know what I mean? Because, that is not the case. High school band uniforms are hardly ever sexy.
So instead of solving the giant problem that we have with over-sexualizing our youth in football-related activities such as cheerleading and dance teaming, you want to either you just want to take it and push it somewhere else.
I sure do. Just like 2%. And when I was in high school, I would have just enjoyed looking nice in my uniform. Maybe just once. And not sexy, but man, what a nice fitting uniform with my hair down. I could do my hair. My shako didn't look ridiculous. I could wear makeup.
Right. We should replace all shakos, band hats, with fedoras. That will solve the problem.
Okay. You will not catch me in that, though. I'm sure there's some band out there probably who does that, and it's awful. What about bandanas?
What about fedoras?
What about
bowler hats? What's another equally attractive hat that you could wear?
Easter Sunday hats.
Easter Sunday hats. They're on par with fedoras.
So to make it clear, I'm not trying... I don't want to make it seem like I want to sex up the band.
She wants to sex up the band.
I just want to sex up the band is all.
She gets You want to add a band sexiness point?
Yeah, I would like to work with a group of good-looking individuals and also not feel like their cheerleaders and dance teams were oversexed.
Hannah only cares about her students skin deep.
I only care about how attractive they are and how they look.
Yep, that's it.
That's the most important thing in music is how cool you look, honestly. No one cares what you can play. Do you look cool? You know what you're doing. Okay, so hear me out. I've got another cheerleader idea because I feel bad for the cheerleaders because they have to tell us to do cheers. And me being very introverted and I don't like to wave my hands around unless I absolutely have to, I do not cheer. That's just something I don't do. And I don't want to make them feel like I'm personally attacking them. I just want them to understand that I hate cheering. What if instead of trying to make us cheer, they just tried to make us enjoy the game more? Like they came around and like gave us little Reese's cups or did magic tricks for us. Can you imagine that? Like cheerleaders doing like Houdini things on the sideline. That would make me excited. That would be showcasing actual talent. Maybe more, instead of just like cartwheels, because I mean, they are so athletic. They can do crazy things. What if they did like full on circus shit on the field?
Yeah, instead of cheerleaders, we have acrobats.
Right, the acrobat team. Yeah, I mean, I think that would take away also some of the, hey, they're here to make, for you to look at them and make it more like, hey, they are here because they are really athletic and strong.
So, get rid of cheerleaders, replace them with magician acrobats.
Take the same cheerleaders and form them into
acrobatic magicians.
Acrobatic magicians. Yes. Oh, and even better, they also had someone on their cheer team who was a stand-up comedian, and they had a microphone, and they got to make jokes.
I think that's what the announcer should be.
Oh, well, that's a good idea.
The announcer has to be a stand-up comedian. Funniest announcer wins.
And like so sarcastic and stuff.
Yeah, you've got two announcers at every game. One for your team, one for the other team, and you have an announcer off.
You have to audition for that role too. And it's a student, not just some random old guy. Hey, and why is it never a lady? Are they not capable or do they just not care?
I mean, I'm not in their personal lives.
Either of those answers is incorrect, but it's just weird. I feel like there's never, for high school football games, it seems like it's always an old guy. But yeah, why not a student announcer who is funny? That would make the game more enjoyable, and maybe I'd understand it more too, because I have a hard time concentrating on things unless I'm entertained.
So somebody calls about a play, and then the guy's like, "Oh, what's the deal with umpires these days, right? Sorry, they referees. This is football, not baseball." And then everybody gets a good laugh at it, like, classic announcer comedian, and then they get a point.
Yeah, and then the announcer guy's like, "Hey, there goes Hunter Murdoch going in for his little pat-pats." Hunter needs his pat-pats. He's a powerhouse of this team. If there's anyone out there listening named Hunter, I apologize. Just kidding, I don't.
Mascots.
Oh, I've got an idea about mascots. I've actually had this idea since like high school.
Mascots.
Why do we reuse the same damn mascots across the United States? Like there's only 12 animals that exist on this planet. Why can't we have tapirs? Why can't we have
giraffes?
Giraffe mascots. These are all fantastic animals, and
woodchucks.
Fish. Have you ever seen? I feel like there's maybe like two
the
fish
sharks.
mascots. Well, no, I'm talking about like goldfish.
The beluga whale.
Or why not? Or the naked mole rats.
The platypus.
Platypi.
The platypuses.
Pussies. Platypussies. Or if we're really that desperate and climate change has changed our country or our world so drastically that we only do have 12 animals in existence, why not
leopard seals?
Why not do Pokemon mascots? Because there's so many and they're constantly evolving and they're cool as shit.
Char! What happens when the Chars... Okay.
So like my high school be like the Pidgeotos instead of the Cardinals.
That's cute.
It'd be very cute.
So we have the Pikachus are fighting the Raichus in this off. And on the Pikachu side of the field is good old Coach Ketchum all the way over there. And then on the other team of the Raichus is Coach Lieutenant Surge. Lieutenant's his first name, not a ranking, by the way, if nobody else knew that. So Lieutenant Surge is in there all cocky like we're going to destroy these Pikachus. We're already the evolved forms. And the first time That's exactly what happens. Just absolutely destroyed. Coach Ketchum doesn't know what's happening, but then they meet again in the playoffs after they get their act together and they defeat every other team out there. They get back in the playoffs. It's the finals, and then all of a sudden, for the big old badge, the bowl badge, the Super Bowl badge, fight against the Pikachus and the Raichus, the Pikachus rise up. And they defeat their enemies. Isn't that a good TV series?
Yeah, and the thing is with Pikachu has more heart than Raichu ever did.
Yes, but Raichu has much better stats.
Yes, but
I can't emphasize that enough.
Pikachu has determination.
Coach Ketchum's fucking stupid.
Anyway, Pokemon mascots would be super cool. And if there's copyright laws against it, then I guess we'll have to do normal animals. But like, yeah, I do wish that we just could stop using panthers, tigers. What are the other really basic ones?
But wouldn't everybody
Bulldogs.
go for the coolest Pokemons? Wouldn't they all try to go for the legendary Pokemon? Plus cool things like Arcanine and Charizard and
maybe
Blastoise.
But also there's some Pokemon who don't necessarily have good stats. So it doesn't matter. It's still football.
The Gengars.
But they're
stats
cool.
matter.
Well, but like they're cool.
Matter.
Like Butterfree, is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Butterfree.
That's a terrifying Pokemon, the scariest of all
Well,
of
like
them.
there's a lot of them.
Also, one of the only animated things that's broken my heart.
Yeah.
It's the episode where Butterfree leaves.
I remember that. I don't remember exactly what happened. I just remember also being heartbroken and very just emotionally distraught. Anyway.
The Metapods could have a good defense, but they have no offensive capabilities. Maybe what happens is that it's a Pokemon-themed football, not league, but district. And then whoever has the most losses in the district has to be known as the Magikarps the next year. And then the winning team gets to be, like the Gyarados. And that's what it is. This is new Texas football. In every single region or district play is what they talk about, right? District is a different type of Pokemon. And they have...
so like grass Pokemon in one district,
Yes.
water in another. Oh, I like this.
So we make mascots change you finish the season and then you're awarded your new mascot and it has to change and you have to buy all new things.
Man, can you picture how cool the uniforms would look too? Like if you're some kind of fire Pokemon, just like the flames on you, or like
if you were Magmar, you would literally have to set your players on fire.
The field could be like black.
Yeah, Pokemon Stadium, right? It changes based off of what you're doing. It would make home field advantage mean something during the playoffs.
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you're a water type, now we can't really do football in the water. Maybe we don't go that far.
Yes, you can.
Okay, but also what if you just make it
called water
rain?
polo.
What if you make it rain every time in your stadium?
Yeah.
You have to know how to play football in the rain.
Yeah.
You only practice in the rain.
And
you water type football player.
If you're a fire type football player, that's
you have to run on hot coals.
Yeah, duh. Leaves have to be in the grass, has to be in the jungle. Lots of grass.
Mosquitoes.
Rocks just on dirt. They get it easy, except for the fact that there are being boulders thrown into the stadium all the time.
Yeah.
You've got poison, which is really fun because
There's
the field
poison
is
ivy.
just snakes and poison ivy, and that's it. And you have to be barefoot and unclothed completely.
What about ghost types?
They have to be in a haunted mansion.
Yes, actual haunted mansion, or just like one of those Halloween themed.
Literally haunted.
Okay, got it.
Because all the fans are dead and they're ghosts now. That's the bad part. When you get
you play in a graveyard.
When you play the Pokemon Friday Night Lights game district, and you get to that point, and you get deemed the ghost type for next year. You gotta kill all your fans. You gotta murder them. Turn them into ghosts.
You have to have fans, so you have to kill them.
Yep. You gotta kill them.
Halloween games, Day of the Dead games are awesome, though.
You get a huge advantage.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, crazy advantage. Okay, wait. What if you evolved on the field?
For doing, like, a really cool thing?
Yes, you do some super awesome play that's never been done before.
Oh, yeah.
You do one of those big touch butts, whatever they're called.
I was just thinking.
I meant touchdowns.
No, you meant touch butts.
I meant touch butts.
You totally meant it. I think a safety would get you powered up. I think any pick six. You know what a pick six is?
Interception? No, I don't know what a pick six
A
is.
a pick six is where you intercept the ball and you run it in for a touchdown.
Oh, okay, that's what I was thinking about. Yeah.
Yes. So one of those, a good fumble pickup to the end zone. I think that evolves you. You have an evolution right there. As soon as you cross that end zone, what happens is you start glowing and you become a bigger version of yourself for the rest of the game.
Now you have to have all those uniforms and mascot costumes ready.
Yes. I think it's just a part of the original one that it just triggers. And you just evolve right then and there. Exactly how humans came from monkeys. Just evolved from monkey 1 second, human the next, because that's how evolution works according to everybody that we live around. And
okay, no, we don't live around them. That's just where we work. I do wish this magic exists. I mean, screw evolution. I just want to transform one day to, be a better version of myself. I just want to glow, and then my wisdom teeth have magically disappeared, which, I have had them taken out, but it would have been nice to just evolve.
That's what the Memphis Metapods and the California Kakunas are doing right now.
Oh, yeah?
They're just changing.
Oh, cool.
They're in a growing year.
When it's a growing year, you become a bug type?
No, you're already a bug type. It's something I think only bug type football teams can do.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. I think that would we changed the game. We set out one rule. We said don't change the game. We changed the game entirely, and we did it for the better. Pokemon football. Also, you said to add magic, and there's nothing more magical than Friday Night Lights, and I have to put that in there. And nothing I have ever said positively about football has been sarcastic thus far. So
if you had to rank lights in your life, what ranks? Is it Christmas lights, then Friday Night Lights, then neon lights?
No, it's Friday Night Lights.
Okay, that's number one.
It's Saturday Night Lights, which is when a football game has to be on Saturday. Then it's a Thursday Night Lights, which means that you have a game that comes early, and that's okay. So that's Thursday Night Lights. And then Sunday Daylights, because that's other football. And then
it's a matinee kind of thing.
Monday Night Lights, which is also football.
Okay, so you like the days of the week.
And then after that come regular night lights, because I'm a little bit scared of the dark.
Yeah.
And then Christmas lights are at the bottom of the list. But above Christmas lights are Halloween lights, St. Patrick's Day lights, Labor Day lights, Arbor Day lights, Hanukkah Day lights.
Okay, so I think number one for me are the Christmas lights that aren't for Christmas. Like when you just have Christmas lights on your porch because they're nice and they look good. They're just like the white ones. Those are the first kind of lights that I like in my life.
The light that is within a child that you can extinguish when you teach them.
Yes. So I like those dysfunctional Christmas lights. It distinguished lights from a child's soul. My fish tank lights.
The lights in the eyes of the person that you're murdering as you watch them go away. Mm-hmm. Those are my favorite lights.
Yeah. Okay. I think we covered all the lights.
Those are all the lights in the world. The sun's up
all
there.
All the lights. Bum 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 bum. I
don't know what you're doing.
That's all the lights. That's a song.
I don't know that song.
They play it like at every game, and we played that as a stand tune in college. I thought everyone.
We didn't go to college together.
Yeah, but I thought all college bands did that song. You know that song because they literally play it every single time we are at work on a Friday night light time.
I don't pay attention.
Okay,
I don't really care about the football. Nothing else matters to me.
All of our listeners will understand my reference.
Okay. Hey, you know how they call it the pigskin?
What? Is that the football?
That's the football.
Okay, well...
We should just replace it with a pig.
How about the soy skin?
Fucking vegetarian. I think we should just replace it with a literal pig. I think that's my last idea.
Okay. My last idea is for the football to glow in the dark. There we go.
And replace it with a pig. So it's a glow-in-the-dark pig now.
Yeah, and it smells like flowers.
Yay.
Yay.
So that was this episode of Okay, So Hear Me Out. We hope you enjoyed it.
I enjoyed talking to you about work.
Yeah, it was great. If you liked this show, we would greatly appreciate it if you told another human being about it in a positive manner. Or you could do it through social media spheres such as Twitter. You can find us there at Okay, So Hear Me Out. You can also...
You could write it on a bathroom stall. Say, hey, check out Okay, So Hear Me Out.
That's the other way to contact us as well.
Through bathroom stalls.
Through bathroom stalls. We visit all of them weekly.
Train
check
graffiti.
Out all of the things. Train graffiti comes to us, which is also super helpful. I don't have to go to the trains. You can also find us on Facebook. That's Okay, So Hear Me Out. You can also find us on positivethoughts.com. That is PODSITIVE thoughts.com. And you can contact us there through our contacts page, which is positivethoughts.com/contact. Or just straight up Gmail us, oshmocast@gmail.com, and we will get it. And please tell us wonderful things about cool ideas that you have or subjects that you want us to cover. Or, just say hi. We're lonely. We miss you. We want your email embraces. Anyways, thanks for listening to us.
And if you embrace me in real life, I'll scream.
Okay. We just want to say thank you to everybody who has listened to the show, rated the show on iTunes or whatever app, left reviews, anything like that. Your support means the world to us. We love you very much. Bye. Cue music.
Bye.